What's going on, everyone? It's the Beast Bailey, and I'm back with a video. Um, I'm at a loss for words. The Georgia Bulldogs have won the 2022 national championship and have went back to back. Yes, back to back. It's unbelievable. If you would have told me, when Kirby got hired, that 7 years he'll have 2 national championships, and he's played in 3 in 7 years. 3. I just said I don't know. I wouldn't believe you. I wouldn't. Kirby Smart is the greatest coach in college football right now. He is the best coach. Georgia's the best team. Georgia is a 2-time national champion, back to back. Georgia has won it 4 times now. They won it 4 times now. So, Georgia is on top of the college football world right now. And that's just facts. That's facts. First things first, I would like to congratulate TCU on a phenomenal season. They were unranked. They won the playoff Fiesta Bowl, beat a really good Michigan team, and TCU deserved to be here. Let's not forget about that, because some people are forgotten. TCU deserved to be here. They beat a really good Michigan team that was favored by some to win the national title this year. You know, everybody kept saying, oh, it's going to be Georgia, Michigan, Georgia, Michigan. Michigan might beat Georgia. That's all we heard. And what happened? TCU slapped them up and down the field for 4 quarters, and they won. Georgia beat Ohio State. You know, everybody's saying, thank the kicker. No, Georgia's kicker missed 2. That's 6 points we would have had there. You dumb Ohio State fans. Your 1 missed field goal is 3. Georgia missed 2. That's 6. In case you can't do math. In case you can't do the math, brother. Georgia had more passing yards, more rushing yards. Georgia had more time of possession than Ohio State. Georgia won that game at the line of scrimmage like we all said they would, and that's facts. Facts. But let's be real, that Georgia-Ohio State game was probably the national title. Georgia beat TCU 65-7. 65-7. The biggest blowout bowl win in history, and it was the national championship. You know, I thought TCU would give us a game. I'm not going to lie. I was thinking it could have gone a couple different ways. Not that way. I did think Georgia could blow them out before the game started, and I mentioned this to some of my coworkers, and they all thought I was crazy. I said I could see it maybe like a 45-20 game, a 42-17, 42-24 game. I could see that. I really could. But not a 65-7 game. And now all we're going to hear is, oh, TCU didn't belong. Alabama should have been in. Alabama would have won. Listen, to all the people that say Alabama should have been in, you are literally you're bypassing the regular season. Why should Alabama be in? Because they're Alabama? Is that why they should be in? Because they're Alabama? They're the greatest team of all time? No, Alabama does not deserve to be in this year. Alabama is not a playoff team this year. Alabama went 10-2. No 2-loss team has ever made the playoff, and that will not happen until they go to the 12-team format. Because you will see some 3-loss teams make the playoff. And there will come a time when a 3-loss team wins a national title. It is going to happen. It is going to happen. I'm telling you. Alabama does not deserve to be in the playoff this year. And that's big facts, Jack. That's big facts. Alabama deserved the Sugar Bowl. They blew out a A good Kansas State team, but is Kansas State that great, though? Don't know. TCU was supposed to be great, too. Georgia beat them worse. Alabama won by 22. Georgia won by 58. Point blank. So, compare all you want. Compare all you want. Compare all you want. But, yeah, so Georgia won the national title by 58 points. Listen, they were favored by 13.5. A lot of people went on the over on that, and guess what? That was just easy money. Easy money. And, yeah, so Georgia's defense played phenomenal. The three turnovers really killed their drive. But I mean, that really killed TCU's will to live. Those three turnovers. Back to the Alabama talk. Alabama, people saying, well, Alabama should have been in over TCU. Alabama should have been over Michigan. Alabama should have been over Ohio State. Look, just because a team loses in the playoffs don't mean they shouldn't be there, and Alabama should. You sound like a freaking idiot when you say that, because what's the point of the regular season? What is the point of a regular season if Alabama just deserves to be in the playoff? Listen, here's the truth, and I'm going to tell you the truth. This is the truth to all this. The only reason we are hearing this talk, all this crazy talk, is because these Alabama fans are sitting at home enjoying their meaningless Sugar Bowl win that they care nothing about, while Georgia has won 2 straight national titles. And Georgia is looking like prime Alabama. And that is facts, Jack. And that is facts. Big facts. Georgia right now is looking like prime Alabama. Alabama had only won 2 national titles before they went back-to-back. Georgia almost won the one in 17, and if they did, if Georgia would have won the title in 17, I think you would truly see a tide turn, literally a tide turn in college football, and that is Georgia is becoming something that people don't want them to become. And obviously, Georgia's not a dynasty. I'm not saying that. Georgia's not. But Georgia is building a dynasty right now as we speak. We are watching a new team take over college football. And that is literally what we are watching with our own eyes. I am, you are, your mama is, your daddy is, your grandpa is. Everybody is watching college football see a new team take over. It's happening. All we were told all offseason was, Georgia's just going to drop off like LSU did and go 6-6, 7-5. They're going to lose to Florida, Auburn, South Carolina, Tennessee, Oregon. You sound like a moron. Georgia lost 29 players to the draft and the transfer portal, and they went undefeated, 15-0, and lost 29 players. You know what that is? That's recruiting and coaching. And who's the coach? Kirby freaking Smart. Kirby Smart is the best football coach right now in college football. He is the best coach right now. He is not the greatest coach of all time in college football. Nick Saban is. Nick Saban's won 7 national titles. Won 6 with Bama so far, and he has 1 with LSU. And I did say so far because Nick Saban might win 1 more. Who knows? He might. I don't know. Me personally, I think the Tide's done. I think Nick Saban has done. His national title days are over. This is what I think. College football is changing, and it's changing in a way that it is not favoring Alabama right now. The NIL is really hurting Alabama because these players are now getting paid, but other schools will pay them more to come to their school than Alabama will. And now Alabama is losing their players that they normally would get because Alabama was pretty much a pedestal to the NFL. And, and now Georgia has won 2 national titles back-to-back. We have beaten every of the top teams Go back the last 3 years, we've beaten every team that's been in the playoff the last 3 years. Cincinnati, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, TCU. We have beaten all these teams in the last 3 years. We beat Oregon. We beat Clemson. We beat Tennessee when they were number 1 for a week. Whoop-de-doo. Beat Tennessee. But listen, Georgia's there. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to do a early 2023 prediction for the 2023 season. I'm not going to do that right now. But I'm going to say this, and I said this before this season started. I felt like we would take a drop off this year. I thought we would. I thought we would go 10-2, 11-1, miss the playoff, and I was perfectly fine with that, with missing the playoff. I was okay with missing the playoff this year. We're just coming off a natty. I was okay with it. And that is because I felt like 2023 is going to be the year. And I still do. I don't, and I'm going to say this, I'm not predicting the season. I'm not predicting wins, losses, scores, anything like that. I'm gonna try to be more involved with YouTube this off season and make some videos and kind of predict my all these teams and what I think they can do. I'm gonna try my best. I have a pretty strenuous work schedule, so I'm gonna try my best to make some videos. I love making YouTube videos. I love talking about football. I finally got my man cave going here, and obviously I need to get some new national title gear because. I need to get some new national title gear. We got the confetti from last year. Need to get some more confetti from this year. You know what I mean? So I got some pennants. I gotta get hung up. I bought 4 pennants. I bought a Peach Bowl pennant, national title one from last year, national title from this year, and SEC championship from this year too. So I'm gonna get them hung up. I might just line them up or layer them up. I don't know how we're gonna do it. But Georgia's your new team in college football, and that's just the facts and the matter. So, but going back to 2023, and what I was saying there, I just don't see any team being as good as Georgia will be next year. I don't see it. Alabama is replacing almost the entire offense. You're losing your running back, your quarterback. You're losing all your receivers. You might be returning your tight end, but, you might be returning one receiver, man. And Alabama's backup quarterback's no good, man. What's his name? Jalen Milroe. The guy just ain't it. Now, maybe a full off season as QB1, maybe that can help. I believe Ty Simpson has kind of been the guy the fans want. Alabama's a question mark next year, and that's facts. They're a question mark. For Ohio State, they're replacing the QB. I can't think of the guy's name. What's his name? Kyle McCord, I think is his name. Chad McCord, Kyle McCord. He's highly evaluated. He's highly praised. I think they're expecting him to kind of fill in that role and kind of just take over. And granted, he can. Michigan's going to be returned. Michigan and Georgia are the 2 teams returning the most that have been highly ranked these past couple of years. And that's facts. Georgia and Michigan are returning a lot. Michigan's returning almost, I think the entire offense is coming back. Their defense, I don't know a whole lot about their defense, but I know their entire offense is coming back. For Georgia, what is Georgia losing? Stetson Bennett. Say what you want. Stetson Bennett's the greatest Georgia quarterback of all time. In terms of achievements, accolades, the guy beats out Matthew Stafford, Aaron Murray, Jake Fromm, DJ Shockley, list goes down. David Green going down the list. Stetson Bennett has accomplished more at Georgia in these last 2 years than these guys have in 3-4 year careers. And that's facts. We're losing Stetson Bennett, but Carson Beck is coming in right behind him. And Carson Beck, I have high praise for him. I think Carson Beck is going to break some records next year. Stetson Bennett broke the passing yard record. I think he got over 4,000 yards this year. I think Carson's going to break that. I really do. I think Carson's going to have over 30 touchdowns, something we hadn't seen from a Georgia quarterback in a long time. But I think Carson Beck is the guy. I have high praise for him. And Carson Beck's coming in. We're going to be losing Kenny McIntosh. However, I did see something that might hint that he might come back. He might use that COVID year and come back. If he does, that would be huge. If not, we got Kendall Milton, Dejon Edwards, Branson Robinson, Andrew Paul, who was hurt this year. We also got another guy coming in, true freshman. So we're going to be fine running backs. We always are fine there. Wide receivers, I think we're losing Kyrus Jackson. Not a whole lot we're losing there. He does make some good plays here and there, but he doesn't play a lot. We're going to be returning Brock Bowers, tight end. A.D. Mitchell, who's the best receiver on the team, facts. Lad McConkey's coming back, second best receiver. Marcus Rosemy-Jacksaint is coming back. He's been pretty much the third best receiver all year. He's had some great plays as well. Those are going to be our top guys coming back. We also got Missouri's best wide receiver. I think his name is Dominic Lovett, whatever his name is, Mississippi State's Rajah Thomas. He's coming in. Georgia offensively is going to be loaded. We're only losing, I think, 2 linemen. And tight ends, you got Brock Bowers. You're going to have Oscar Delp. We also have, I think, 2 or 3 big-time tight ends coming in. So we are just – our offense is going to be loaded next year. And it's we're losing Darnell Washington. It sucks. We're losing Darnell, Kenny McIntosh, and a couple linemen and Stetson. So but the main returning talent is there. Defense, we're losing Jalen Carter. Barry Alexander had two or three sacks in the Natty. I mean, the guy's a freshman. He'll be kind of filling in next year. Christopher Smith's gone, but we got Kamari Laster coming back, Malachi Starks, and Javon Bullitt. They're all coming back. Also going to have Tyke Smith, I believe, another year. So Dan Jackson will be healthy. He'll be back out there. Nolan Smith's been out half the season with an injury. He's gone. But you watch the Natty, what you've seen on defense in the Natty is what you're going to see next year. It's what you're going to see next year. Trez Marshall, just a bunch of guys, number 7, number 11, number 18. I mean, all these guys on defense that are going to be your guys next year, and they are just as good as anybody else. So, Georgia, until somebody beats Georgia, until somebody beats the Dogs, Georgia's my pick to win a national championship next year. And I'm not saying that as a fan. I'm not blinded by the spotlight or being a fan or a homer. I just don't see a team beating Georgia. Until somebody does it, I don't see it. You look at Georgia's schedule. Georgia has a very weak non-con schedule. Now, we were supposed to play Oklahoma, but that got taken away because Oklahoma's joining the SEC next year in 2024. So, it's what it is. But our 2 toughest games are going to be probably South Carolina, Tennessee, and Ole Miss. So, we'll see what happens. Could Georgia drop a game? Yeah, they could. They could. But Georgia will be in the playoffs next year. So, we'll see what happens. Hopefully the Dogs continue their domination. So, go Dogs. Peace.